My name is Malibu. I think I'll stick to that for now. That's what most people know me by. And yeah, how long have you been riding? Now, that question is, it's easy, then it's not. I'd say I've been riding for 9,600 hours. I'm short of 400 short of the 10,000 hours that can be that you're graded as a professional, that you're actually a professional in your field. Why do I say hours? Because it's easier to say hours than years. It's a true reflection of actually how many hours I've been on the road and of my experience on the road, whether good or bad. Yeah. So 9,600 hours is pretty much it. That's about a period of about 21 years. Being the head trainer of Winged Biker Rider School came about by, I think it's just taking advantage of certain opportunities. There was a definite need for a more structured sort of riding instruction course, and I'd been fortunate enough to have gone through a structured riding course, and people started referring their significant others, if I can say that, to me for training, because they knew I had a formal education in terms of rider training. So that's how Inked Biker rider training came about. It came about grudgingly. It's not something that I easily embraced. I didn't really think I had this gift of the talents. I knew I had the skills, but it's not something that I had thought about deliberately. That it's something that, so the business developed over time with referrals, word of mouth mostly, and yeah, so far so good. This is where we are. Most of the bikes that I have are training bikes. So when a bike is free, that's what I use. Although I do have a preference, one or two bikes that I prefer to ride most of the time. One being the Yamaha TW200. I find it I like the look. I like the sound. I like the ease of maneuverability. I like the fact I can go off-road. I like the fact I can thrash it. I can take punishment. It's a lovely bike. I also have I love the Suzuki DR650. I like it primarily for long distances. I mean, when I and the missus and I are getting out doing a trip out of town, that's my preferred ride. Yeah. So I can say I have two main bikes that I ride a lot, but you'll find me on any bike. What's my dream garage? Whoa, that's an interesting question. Well, if I had all the money in the world, I'd pretty much own almost every bike, a bike in every category. I'd love a sports bike. Partial to the 600s. Torn between. I've had the ZX6. I don't think I'll go back to the ZX6 if I had a choice. I found it a bit too. She was a bit heavy for a 600. I'll most probably do maybe an R6 or a Jigsaw 600. That will be my sports bike. And then now moving on to the off-road enduro, I'll stick to a bike I can easily fix in the bush. All these electronic bikes are not my cup of tea. I'm a very hands-on person. I like doing my own things. I'd like to fix my own bikes. I like to service my own bikes. I do a bike that can be do across an adventure plus an enduro. So I'll still stick to the 650s, I think. I'm happy with the DR, so I think I'll stick to that. Yes. Then maybe finally, I definitely have a lighter bike, an off-road, a pure thoroughbred off-road bike that I can do trials with, and aggressive enduro. So basically, a 400 to a 250 for sure. Yeah. With training, you never stop learning. You never stop learning. Even as a trainer, I'm still learning. It's something that you never stop doing, because that's the only way you grow. You have to be proficient in your field, and in training there are a lot of challenges, especially for training riders. For one, the curriculum. I'm glad the NTSA has actually adopted a curriculum that does address these issues. My issue would be, how is that curriculum being delivered? Because the emphasis has never been for motorcycle training. The emphasis has always been on cars. So even if there's a curriculum, if it's not being delivered right, then you're not going to get you're not going to pass on the knowledge and the skills to new riders. We still need a bit more involvement in terms of training from all the stakeholders. We have a nice curriculum, but I highly doubt it will be delivered. The delivery, my concern is definitely the delivery. I believe that everybody has something to learn. In whichever level you are, we all have something to learn. I've never been a fan of this adage that I've learned all I can. You never learn all you can. There's so much in this world to learn. You develop a certain niche for yourself, and learn all that you can for that particular niche, whether it's sports bikes riding, whether it's off-road, whether it's whatever catches your fancy. Learn as much as you can. So be open and be teachable. I don't think you know everything. There's always something else you can learn, whether it's from YouTube, whether it's from other trainers, local trainers. Blade Doc, for example, is a really good trainer. We have Sean Cock, who does his advanced training. We have JP, who's really good with the kids and on motocross. We have David of Bikers Garage, who's still good, really good with kids and adults for off-road. So there's a lot to learn. There's definitely, and you cannot stop learning. So be open, be teachable, reach out to others, to people, to your peers, and to people who you think that you can get something from. So that's what I'd really push out when it comes to training. Safety is really actually it's really you. So it's in your head. It's how you perceive. It's how you perceive everything around you. Safety is not gear. The gear will make you safe, but it's not safety on its own. It doesn't matter how well geared you are if you're a reckless rider. That really won't save you. So safety starts with you. Safety starts with your outlook. Starts with your perception of what you want to achieve, of riding itself. I've found most people who are safe on the road are not necessarily the most cautious ones, or the ones who are risk averse, or the ones who will do almost anything on the road, because everybody has a different risk appetite and a different learning curve. And I do believe that when it comes to safety, is that you embrace everything that's around you that can make you safe. Learn everything that's around you that can make you safe. Safety starts with you. Be courteous to people on the road. Wear protective gear. Ride your bike how it's meant to be ridden, and ride within your skill level. And ride the bike in terms of how the bike what the bike was meant to do. You don't take a sports bike off-road, but then also do things within your skill level. That's my take on safety. Definitely, there's a lot of education that to other road users when it comes to safety, because safety is not just my responsibility; it's the responsibility of everyone around me. Safety is all inclusive. All all stakeholders have to be included in safety. That comes from the design of the road, signage, everything else. That's where safety starts from, you know. Road accidents are avoidable, and deaths from road accidents are unacceptable. And I think if we come up with that approach, then we'll embrace safety as an all-encompassing subject, rather than an individual responsibility. Yeah, that's my take on safety. Yeah. I think on the parting shot, for one, I want to appreciate everybody who's been part of Inked Biker Rider training, from the people that I work with, Micah, Brian, for just being teachable and taking out the time to actually put in the training to the new students who are coming in. I also appreciate everyone that has signed up with us from 2014, since we started off. Without you guys, would not be into Biker Rider training. I really do appreciate you. I appreciate the fact that you've also mentored others. You've seen that our work is valuable, and you referred others to us. So I really appreciate that. You make us work harder. You make us want to put our all in providing the best service that we can. And I also want to make a shout out to my newest sign up for Skid School. We're starting something small called a Skid School, just basically a few basic off-road skills for people. So here is Sherry. Sherry is what? The pioneer student for Skid School, Inked Skid School. Thanks to Jinx Productions. I don't know whether I call it Jinx Productions, but I do appreciate Jinx for taking the time to do these videos. It's not easy. He's definitely a very busy man, and taking this time out to do this is remarkable, and I really appreciate it. And I wish him all the best in his channel and in his future endeavors. Thank you. Yeah. So, thank you. Cool, man.